Alright guys, I told you we were going to have some weird ones. This one, as you can see, it's kind of a crescent, and it comes down and it curves this way, and it comes down and it's starting to curve back this way a little bit. So what I need to do is drill a hole and put a bullseye chip right there. And of course I'm going to use my little marker thing here if I can see where the line is. As soon as I put this up there, I lose track of the line. So maybe we'll do it this way. Don't think I want to go 1/4 of an inch. I think 1/8 of an inch will be enough. So we'll do it this way. Okay, let's see if we're deep enough. We are. So the reason I'm doing a bullseye chip here is to stop it from cracking farther, but not just that. This line gets so thin down here, I don't know that the resin would flow all the way into it. So we're going to see if we can get a little bullseye chip here. Look at that. How beautiful is that, right? That's perfect. Now we need to push on the line and get it to meet that chip. So we're going to do that from inside here. Don't want to push on it too hard, but I have to get it to meet that chip, otherwise I can't fill it, the line, you know. The bullseye will stop it from going any farther. That's the beauty. I just can't see the line at all pushing on it, so I believe that got it to meet up with the chip. We'll see in a minute. But I believe that's pretty close there. Not quite. We're going to have to try to get that to meet that chip. So we're going to tap on that some more. Just to see if we can get that to open a little bit right there. So it almost looks like it's splitting off into two different directions right there. Don't know if you can see that. It's trying to split off in two different directions is what it's doing. So we're going to fill it. See what we can do there. In the meantime, I want to drill this one closer to the bottom because resin loves to go uphill. So I'm going to move this mirror over here so I can see more about what I'm doing here. I'm trying to keep the camera in a position for you to see. And again, I know you think I'm going really deep, but I'm not. As you can see, I have my drill marked. I know how deep to go. So now, I'm going to cover these brakes, cover this one, and then we will clean this glass off here. Yeah, resin loves to go uphill, so we don't want to drill at the top of this one. We want to drill down at the bottom because resin likes to go uphill. And the first thing we're going to do is put our tool on here, on this one. I need to move this mirror. It's in right in the damn way. Put this mirror over here more. And that way I can put this mirror up here. There we go. That's better. So, get this tool on here. Like I said, resin loves to go uphill. Okay, well that mirror doesn't want to stick, so we'll just use this one. It's not one thing, it's another. Sometimes, guys, sometimes. And it's very possible that the resin will flow down into this line, and I won't have to worry about that either. It's very possible that that'll work. That's another reason I wanted to drill lower down on the chip. This is basically a crack just waiting to happen. That's what that is. Just a crack waiting to happen. Alright, that bottle is empty. Wow. I'm not even going to tell you how many repairs I got out of that bottle. But I will tell you this, it was a lot of repairs. I'll tell you that much. It was a lot of repairs. So, of course, I'm going to have to tighten the back of this down to get that to seal properly, I guess. Might have already leaked out my resin. We'll see. Let me grab my other mirror real quick that fell off the window. Where did it go? Are you kidding me? Where could it have possibly gone? Oh, there it is. I found it. Never mind. It was hiding in plain sight. Alright, so it does look like we can get the resin to flow more along this bottom line just by opening it, like so. It is flowing up the upper line. Get some more pressure on it here. I think I leaked out most of my resin already, so I'm probably going to have to put more resin in the tool in order to complete this repair, but that is all right by me. So let's do that real quick. Let's put this mirror in here. We're right up in the tinted part of the windshield, so it's... You gotta be kidding me with these mirrors today. I don't get it. They normally stick really well. Alright, we're going to have to add some more resin to the tool because we don't have enough. We leaked most of it out. Because of the curvature of the windshield, the tool didn't seal right off the bat. So we're going to use a little bit. It's always the last one I reach for. A little bit thicker resin now to force that little bit of a thinner resin up in there farther. The bottle is garbage. I just wasted about $10 worth of resin. Stupid crap. Sorry about that. This is just part of it, guys. We get frustrated sometimes. I'm not sure how much resin even went in there because it decided to squirt out like it was, you know. Oh, it's completely filled with resin. Holy crap. And I know that because just putting that pressure on there like that, just that little bit, I can't even screw it in. It's completely filled with resin, so we'll have to deal with that in a minute, but that was a waste of resin, let me tell you. Alright, so what I want to do is open this up and get that resin to flow down in there farther. I don't know if you can see what I see, but I've got to get that resin to flow in there farther. It's flowing up nice, but it's hard to get resin to flow downhill. Really hard for me to keep this camera where you can see it, where I can actually do something with this line. It's hard to keep the camera where you can see what's going on as well. Leaking a little because we got a lot of pressure on the tool. We're in the shade and it's 72 degrees, so we have plenty of cool temperature to do this with. Sometimes things are frustrating though, you know. Things get a little frustrating once in a while. That's part of doing this job. You're going to get frustrated. Just don't let your frustrations cause you to break a windshield, you know. That resin is flowing in there. It's flowing up that other line. It's just taking its time. And that's fine. It's almost up to the original pit brake, which I could probably fill it from there as well, you know, going farther up. But I want to get this bottom line filled before I do anything like that. It's almost filled. I mean, it's real close to filled. Resin does not like to go downhill, guys, I'm telling you. And because I didn't pop a chip in the middle of that line, I just drilled it. That's a very small hole for the resin to go into, so it takes a little more pressure to get the resin to flow. And then when I put too much pressure on it, of course it leaks. I'm really trying to keep this camera where you can see what I'm doing, but it's difficult because I have to be able to see what I'm doing as well. Okay, so I'm going to get this tool off the windshield and clean it out. That's too much resin in there. It's way too much resin in there. Okay, let's put it down here. Maybe we can get this line to fill from down here. I doubt it, because the bullseye chip didn't connect with the line really, but I mean, it's possible that it did, and I'm just not seeing that it's connected. We'll find out here in a second. Luckily, we're in the shade. I don't have to rush this. I'm not working in direct sunlight trying to rush the process. So we'll go with the thinner resin again. This time, this is actually Diamond Clear Medium. First time opening in this one. The other bottle that said medium on it was actually thin. I had a problem with the tip on that other bottle, so I just put the resin in the medium bottle that I had available at the time. And we went that route with it. So even though there was a couple of times where I said I'm using a medium resin, I was actually using thin, because that was thin in that bottle. That wasn't medium, it was thin. Let's see what happens if I push on this now. See if it'll fill from that bullseye chip upward. I doubt it, because I don't think it's connected. I can't see that it's filling upwards at all. You know, it might be. I believe it is. I believe it is connected. Maybe not. I don't know. I can't really tell. I'm in the tinted part of the windshield, so it's really difficult to see if the resin is actually flowing up or not. Just really difficult to see. I know you're having a hard time seeing, most likely because of the tint. So we're going to leave that one on there for a minute. Put our mirror back here if we can get it to stick to the windshield. Don't know why I'm having such a hard time with the mirror sticking lately. And then we'll drill right here in the middle of these two brakes. And we'll put our other tool right there. That way we can get that one to fill all the way to the top. Let's get back up here where we can see what we're doing. Wow, I cannot see anything in this tint at all. Can't see anything with this tint. 6 drops. That ought to be enough to finish off that repair. Now I can see the end of the line there. I don't know if you can, but I can see the end of the line right up inside the tool there. We just need it to finish filling the end of that line. That's all. Some of these repairs are kind of tricky the way we have to do them. They're kind of tricky the way we have to do them, but I take on repairs like this because, like I said in a previous video, I haven't found anybody around town here that would take this on, around my area. I haven't found anybody that would attempt to do this style of a repair. Most of the time they just say, oh well, you know, you're going to have to replace your windshield, and I find that unacceptable. I just find that unacceptable. Now we're just waiting for that upper one to fill. This one's pretty well filled. I mean, there's a little tiny spot, black spot right there in the middle, the air pocket or whatever, that's just not going to fill. But we need this one to finish filling at the top. And then we'll be done. I'm going to have to go get some more tape out of my bike because I ran out of tape. So that one's done. And I think I'm going to back the pressure off of this one and move this tool down so that I can actually see the line, because I hate trying to look over the tool to see the line. I don't like doing that. It's too difficult. I don't like looking over the tool. I want to just see the line the way it is. And again, because the drill hole is so small, it's going to take a second for that resin to flow in there and flow the rest of the way up to the top of that line. They are depending on me to do a good job on this repair, so everybody depends on me to do a good job, but I mean this particular repair, because most people, like I said, in my area won't even touch it. So I specialize in doing repairs that nobody else will do. And I actually thoroughly enjoy it. I really, really enjoy being able to do repairs like this that nobody else will touch. It makes me proud to be able to do these. Now we'll just let that one creep up the line. As long as there's a big enough hole there, that should creep up the line. While that's doing that, I suppose I should go get my other tape out of the bike. We'll do that. We'll let that creep up the line for a minute. Go grab our other tape, because this tape dispenser is empty. Pretty much empty. Yep, that's it. Wouldn't have been enough there to do anything with. So grab the other one off the bike. I have several more on the bike. I say that. And then where are they, right? There's one of them. That one's almost empty. Where's my full one? Really? How does that happen? It was up here on top. How does it happen that it gets all the way down to the bottom of the box? Anyway, there's my light and my battery for doing indoor repairs when I can't see. This is clear tape. Completely transparent. I mean, completely clear. It's beautiful tape. Love it. The only issue I have with this tape is that I can't see the light on it. Okay, why is that not flowing up there? I know I've got a big enough hole. I know I drilled deep enough. That should be flowing up that line. And it's not. Okay, it looks like it is. It's just taking its sweet time. I don't want it to take its sweet time. I want it to flow. Sometimes you have to tap on them to open them a little bit to get them to flow correctly. I mean, you could sit here all day waiting for that to flow up that line, or you could just open it a little bit and then it'll flow better. Sometimes things get a little frustrating and you spend a little more time on a chip than you would rather spend on the chip, but it's all about doing a good job for the customer. I'm more concerned right now about just getting a good repair than I am about taking too long to do it.
How is this one going?
Good.
That's good.
Takes a while though, because it's kind of an odd repair, you know. So I'm just trying to make sure I get it good and right for you.
What was that last part?
I said I'm just making sure I get it good and right for you, because I want this to be virtually invisible.
Nice.
It won't be completely invisible, but I stopped it because I popped a bullseye chip at the bottom of the line, so it can't go any farther.
That's good.
And I got it probably 90% less visible, which means it's pretty full of resin. But it's taken a little while for this upper part to fill, so I'm going to have to let that set and fill while I work on the other chip. That way I kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm just saying you stopped it from spreading. cutting anymore.
Yeah, you'll see the little spot at the end of the crack where I popped the bullseye chip, right down here at the end. So that stops it, and then I actually was able to get it to fill from down here, from up here, almost all the way down to the bottom. So it's going to be a lot less visible. I'm just waiting for this little piece on the top to finish filling, and while that's doing that, I'll fix that other chip that you got. Because we got another little one right here, guys. Might as well work on it while we're waiting for that upper one to finish. And this isn't a very big one. By the time I get this one done, that one should be full. My drill bit's a little dull. Gotta move the camera up so you can see. Yeah, my drill bit's a little dull. I'm gonna have to change that out. That's why it looks like I'm really, you know, drilling deep, but I'm not. I have to put a lot of pressure on it just to get it to drill, because it's dull. Today it's dull. So I just need to change it out. But I can't do that till I get home because I didn't bring any extras with me. That one's almost filled. It's creeping its way up to the top. And this one shouldn't take too long to fill. By the time I'm done with this one, that one up there should be full. So you'll notice I rarely tighten down the back of the tool unless I'm on like a curve. If I'm on a curve and I don't have a choice, I'll tighten down the back like I had to up there. I swear to God, with these damn mirrors, I don't get it. It's just the inside of this windshield. I've never had a problem with mirrors sticking before. Today they just don't want to stick. It's something on the inside of his windshield, I'm thinking. That's just ridiculous. Every time I turn around, the mirror's falling off the windshield. Stupid. Six drops in this one. Shouldn't require any more than that. So just so you know, my all of my tools are linked in the description if you're interested in getting started in doing this. I'm not sure why the tip on this bottle is doing what it's doing, but it's driving me insane. We'll see if we can clean it out a little bit. I might just cut it off. There we go. Now it's working. That's the thicker resin. How's this one doing? We need to pull a vacuum. And then we need to pressurize one more time. I can see it's almost filled. This one we'll pull a vacuum on. And we'll pressurize one more time. This one's almost filled in. It'll be beautiful when it's done. Not sure how much of this you actually saw because of my camera positioning, but oh yeah, she is full. Finally. So just tapping on it to open it a little bit, because it wasn't opened enough. So I just tapped on it and opened it a little bit. And now she's good to go. Now I can use the thicker resin on sealing this off. Now that it's actually flowing like it's supposed to. Okay, that should be good enough on that one. I don't need to be up on top of there anymore. Not yet. Need to repressurize this one. Yeah, we're good, man. We got it. So a little bit of frustration, but nothing serious. We all get frustrated. It happens. Sometimes things don't work. Get a little frustrated. Yeah, it's on. See, I can't see the light on the camera can. The camera can see the light. I can't. My vision doesn't see the light. So when I'm not using that opaque tape, I'm using a transparent tape instead of a translucent tape. I can't see the light. So I don't know if it's on or not unless I shine it on something fluorescent. Then I can tell if it's on or not. Full vacuum on this one again. Fidgeting with the back of the tool there. I don't tighten it down on chips like this unless I absolutely have to get a seal. For the most part, I get a seal just... There's two reasons I don't tighten down the back of the chip tool. Number one, because the tool is kind of like on a pivot, so when you tighten the back down, you're actually pushing the front down harder. You're pushing the front down harder. I get a seal just by tightening the front down. And if I put too much pressure on the resin, it'll just blow out the side and leak instead of forcing all that pressure into the chip and causing it to crack. So that's one reason. That's the main reason. If I put too much pressure on the resin, instead of it putting all that pressure inside the chip, it'll blow out from underneath the seal. Way less chance of cracking that way. Because it's kind of like a pressure release valve. But if you tighten this down, and you've got that tightened down, and that pivots that and pushes down on that up there, then you end up with no pressure release valve. So there's no way for the tool to release the pressure. And when you build up too much pressure on your resin inside the chip, the pressure's got to go somewhere. So it causes a crack. We don't like cracks. So we're not going to pressurize like that. So there's the bullseye chip right there. I'm trying to do two things at once here, guys. I'm curing that up there. Curing that. At the same time, I'm repairing this chip. Because this one needs repaired anyway. And I have been here for an hour and 15 minutes because I did another vehicle. But I schedule myself this way so that I have plenty of time to do a good job for the customers. The last thing I want to do is rush the process and end up screwing something up. We don't want to do that. That should be cured enough. I just want to make sure it is. Because like I said, I can't see the light, but I know it's on. And that should be cured enough. Gonna get a tool off of this one. Yeah, that's pretty. Let's scrape this one off up here and let you see what that looks like, and we'll end the video there because it's just getting too long. So you know what this looked like before. Little tiny spot right there that still has air in it, but for the most part, pretty doggone good. Line is completely filled in now, and considering that nobody else in my area would have touched this, I don't think that's half bad, to be honest. Yep, that looks really good. Take a look from the inside. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better from the inside. Well, that explains why my mirrors weren't sticking. He had a sticker on there, so my mirror wasn't sticking. Now it looks like a hair.
That's good.
Yep, now it just looks like a hair, see? Can't ever make those 100% invisible, but... Right. But now it looks like a hair going across the windshield. Because it was pretty wide. It was a pretty wide crack.
I don't think I ever even saw this one.
Oh, well then you don't know what you were looking at.
No, I don't. I'll never drive this. Where was it?
Right here.
Okay, yeah.
So
That's with the little hair.
that's where I popped my chip.
Mm-hmm.
And then this was the hairline crack coming down, but this one right here was really wide. It was, you see this part right here?
Mm-hmm.
That's how wide it was, all the way from up here all the way down. So that's the only little spot you can see right there. That's,
So when there's little cracks like that, they get filled in with the resin?
yeah.
But you can still see them?
Yeah.
So, okay. But they won't spread?
Nope.
And that's the same for the outback?
Yep. They won't go anywhere.
That's good.
We are good to go on that one. And this one, I think somebody already tried to repair it once, maybe, or somebody put something in it, like, because it's not as pretty. I mean, I can still see the hairline on the bottom, which I don't like, but there's only so much you can do. You could spend all day trying to make that hairline disappear, and it ain't going to disappear. You know? And if you want to pop that mirror off and hand it to me, just... Thank you. See, you can still see just a little hair on the bottom. Not terrible.
At least you don't have to worry about it traveling all over.
Right. Yeah, they won't crack. I like the way that one turned out. That one turned out absolutely beautiful. Compared to what it was.
Do you have a picture of before or anything?
No, but I have it on video. You know, I've got my video camera running. So.
Right now it's running?
Yeah.
I don't want to be be on camera. Hey, don't put me on camera.
No, don't worry. People don't care. They don't care. They actually like my customer interactions. They think it's cool. But yeah, that particular chip, I wanted to get that one on because I specialize in doing those kind of things that nobody else will touch. I guarantee you, if you would have went anywhere else, they would have just said, "No, replace your windshield."
On that wider one?
Yeah, on that top one. They would have just said, "No, we can't do that. Replace your windshield."
Yeah, I wouldn't think something that's cracked out like that could be repaired.
Right. Right.
Because I was questioning whether mine could, and it had like, not even half an inch little crack.
Right. Hi, dogs. What do you want? What do you think you're tough? Do you think you're tough? You're not tough. You're not tough. Alright guys, that's it. You know what to do. Throw me hit the like button, click the subscribe button, share the video, and throw me some love. I'll see you in the next one.